Good morning. Today we are going through the numerical problems in the power system stability module 6. So this is the first question. A 50 Hz 4-pole turbo generator rated 20 MVA 13.2 kV has an inertia constant H equal to 9 kilowatt second per kVA. Determine the kinetic energy stored in the rotor at synchronous speed. Determine the acceleration if the input less the rotational loss is 25,000 HP and the electrical power developed is 15,000 kilowatt. So we know this relation, inertia constant H is equal to stored energy, kinetic energy by machine rating. So kinetic energy stored will be equal to what? H into machine rating. H is given in the question as 9 into machine rating is 20. So 9 into 20 equal to 180 megajoules. Now we have to find the acceleration. So the accelerating power is what? PS minus P. Mechanical power input minus electrical power output. PS minus P. So PS is given like the input power is, PS is actually mechanical power input minus the rotational losses. So you have to consider this one. Input less the rotational losses is 25,000 HP. So that is the mechanical power input. So 25,000 into it, we are converting that HP to kilowatt. So you'll be getting 25,000 into 0.735 minus PE is what? Electrical power output, power developed is 15,000. So 25,000 into 0.735 is 18,375 minus 15,000 will give you 3,375 kilowatt or 3.375 megawatt. Now how we will finding acceleration? We know this equation PA, accelerating power is m into d square delta by dt square. So this is alpha actually, angular acceleration, d square delta by dt square is equal to PA by m. So we have to find m first. M is what? M is moment of inertia, g into h by pi into f. What is G? G is the rating of the machine. 20 into H is 9 divided by pi into 50, 1.146 megajoule second per radian. So it is substituted here. 3.375 divided by 1.146 will give you 2.945 radian per second square. So that is the acceleration alpha. Now a 50 Hz synchronous generator having an internal voltage 1.2 per unit, H equal to 5.2 megajoule per MVA and a reactance of 0.4 per unit is connected to an infinite bus through a double circuit line. Each line of reactance 0.35. Generator is delivering 0.8 per unit power and the infinite bus voltage is 1 per unit. Determine the maximum power transfer and the steady state operating angle. So this is our diagram. So there is a generator having a reactance J0.4 and it is connected to an infinite bus. Infinite bus through two lines J0.35, each having a reactance J0.35. So total reactance is what? 0.4 divided by plus 0.35 divided by 2. Because these are parallel, 0.575 per unit. Now maximum power will be equal to at each end the voltage is given as here 1 per unit and the generator having a voltage of what? 1.2 internal EMF of 1.2 per unit. So what you have to consider here 1.2 into 1. This two voltages divided by the reactance between them. So 1.2 into 1 divided by reactance is 0.575. So it will be totally 2.087 per unit. Now you have to find the angle delta 0. P equal to P max into sin delta 0. So delta 0 is sin inverse of P by P max. PE electrical delivered power is given here is 0.8 per unit power. So P is 0.8 divided by maximum power is 2.087. So delta 0 will be 22.54 degree. Now question 3, a 50 Hz generator is delivering 50% of the power that is capable of delivering through a transmission line to an infinite bus. A fault occurs that increases the reactance between the generator and infinite bus to 500% of the value before the fault. When the fault is isolated, maximum power that can be delivered is 75% of the original maximum value. Determine the critical clearing angle for the condition. So we have to find the critical clearing angle. This is the equation delta C equal to cos inverse of PS into delta max minus delta 0 plus PM3 cos delta max minus PM2 cos delta 0 divided by PM3 minus PM2. Just check which details, which data are given here. So PM1 is the maximum power that can be delivered before the fault. So before the fault, what it is given? Before the fault, a generator is delivering 50% of the power that is capable of delivering through a transmission line. So if the maximum power that can be delivered is PM1, then its 50% is delivered before the fault. That means PE1 before the fault electrical output is equal to PS. Before the fault this will be equal always. P1, electrical output equal to what? Mechanical input, P1 equal to PS, equal to PM1 into sine delta 0. P1 is equal to PM1 into which is equal to 50% of PM1, 0.5 into PM1. From that you can find delta 0 equal to 30 degree or 0.523. Now what the next given value is, during fault reactance is 500% of the value before the fault. That means during the fault reactance X2 equal to 5 into X1 equivalent. When the fault is isolated, maximum power that can be delivered is 75% of the original maximum value. So when the fault is isolated means PM3, that is the maximum value when fault is delivered isolated. Its value will be 0.75 into PM1. So here all the values are given as some ratios. That means PM3 divided by PM1 can be expressed like that. So what we are doing here is, here just divide this equation by PM1. Every term is divided by PM1, PS by PM1, this one also PM3 by PM1, here PM2 by PM1, PM3 by PM1 and PM2 by PM1. If every value, every term is divided by PM1, there will not be any change. So that means numerator and denominator is divided by PM1. Now we have to find this each. PS by PM1 you can find from here, PS by PM1, because PS equal to PM1 into sine delta 0, delta 0 is 30 degree, so PS equal to 0.5 into PM1 and PS by PM1 is 0.5. So we got this PS by PM1, this term we got, and now PM3 is given as 0.75 into PM1 in our question. So PM3 by PM1 equal to 0.75, so we got this one also. Now PM1 is EV by X1 equivalent and PM2 is EV by X2 equivalent. Just take the ratio. PM2 by PM1 will be equal to what? E and V are same in both cases. X1 equivalent by X2 equivalent. It is also given. You can see here, because X2 equivalent is 5 into X1 equivalent. So X1 equivalent by X2 equivalent is 1 by 5 equal to 0.2. So we got this one also. So all other terms we got. Delta 0 also we got. Now we have to find delta max. To find delta max, P3, that means after the fault, this electrical power again will become equal to mechanical power. Mechanical, both will again become equal. So PM3 sine delta max equal to 0.5 into PM1. Sine delta max is 0.5 into PM1 by PM3 will be 0.667. Now delta max is always taken not like delta max is sine inverse of 0.667. Then we will get 41.8. But it will be always greater than 90 degrees. So what we are taking, this one I explained the delta max is 180 minus 41.8. So it will be 138.2 degree, 2.412 radian. So you substitute this. You just remember, you just note down this. Instead of delta max, you have to, if you are writing that delta max and delta 0, if it is alone, not like cos and sine, if it is alone, angle only, it should be expressed in what? Radian. So delta max is 2.412. That is why here 2.412, here 0.5236, all other values we got, and then you will be getting this value 67.44 degree. So I am stopping here. We will continue in the next class. Thank you.